Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make this swing top. It's a new pattern by Lowland Kids. I'll be sure to include a link to where you can purchase this pattern in the description of this video. I did change a few things to the steps that they have, so no binding. Yay for that. And yeah, let's just get started. So here we have all the pieces, and as always, I modified it just a tad. I didn't do anything to the back or the front of these pieces, but I did go ahead and just kind of take a little bit of length out of these two pieces. I like to save fabric wherever possible, so since this is just the lining, I'm just going to make sure that they're the same length, and I just folded it, so there you go. And then that made our little pattern pieces. This top is super simple. You just need your main fabrics, and then you could use a different one for the lining, but I just did the same one. And then since we're going to do the straps, this is about 12 inches long and 1.25 inches wide. So the first thing we're going to do is sew our lining together. So you take your lining piece, put the other side of it, right sides together, and we're just going to sew here and here, so right here. And then for our main pieces, we're also going to sew them right sides together, and we're going to sew here and here. So once I have all those 4 parts sewn, I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and used my serger, and like I said, sewed all those 4 parts, and I'm going to show you 2 different methods for finishing the edge because we are going to leave this raw. So the first one that I like to use for the main pieces is to just chop it right at the edge as close as I can. And we're going to use this thing called fray check. It's by Dritz, and you don't want to use a lot because it does kind of stiffen up and get a little hard right here, so you don't want anyone to feel that like once the top is being worn. So I'm only going to add a little bit, but this just stops the thread from unraveling. So that's the first method. And I don't like that method for the inside because this is more fitted, and for my daughter, I don't want her to feel that. So what we're going to do is leave about a 1/2 inch of the serger tail. If it's longer, just clip it, but this is about 1/2 inch, so just make sure. And then all you're going to do is pull out the looper threads. So now you see that we have 2 looper threads, and all I'm going to do is pull them so that a little knot is formed. So you can see that little knot, hopefully. And then I'm just going to tie this off about 3 times just to really secure it. And I'm going to do that for the other side as well. So again, you could choose whatever method you want, or if you want to use the method in the pattern, I think they say to sew over. I think they say to just take the little bit, fold it over, and just sew it, but that's not what I want to do. So again, whatever method you want. And the next thing we're going to do once I'm done with that is start with our straps. So I am going to use a serger, and all I'm going to do is place them right sides together like this and serge all across that edge. So like this. I'm going to sew all the way across for both of them, and also this one of the sides. So you're going to enclose it and make a little tube essentially. So same thing with this one. I'm going to go ahead and sew this and the top portion, and then I'll be back with the next steps. Okay, so I have my strap. I sewed it, like I said, all the way along the long side and just at the top like that. And now we're gonna turn it. Now I don't know how many different ways there are to turn, but my favorite method is to take a stick. You could even take a chopstick. I don't really know what this is actually, now that I think about it. But you could take either one. And all you're gonna do is take the serge edge and kind of create a little area for it to go in, and then you're just going to kind of stuff everything in. Make sure you grab it nice and kind of just start stuffing it inside itself, like this. And then it takes a little bit to get it going, but you should be able to start pushing it all the way in. Okay, there, I got it. And then you should be able to just turn it out. So, and now we're going to finish the top. This is the last step, believe it or not. So we're going to turn the lining right side out, and we're going to place it inside our main fabrics over here. And you just want to line up the side seams like this. Let me grab some clips too, but just want to line up the side seams and line up these corners of the top. Okay, I have it pinned at the sides, one in the back and one in the front middle. But now we're going to take our straps and place them in between the main fabric and the lining fabric. So I like to go from underneath. And you can really put these wherever you want. But I think I'm going to just do about a 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 inch, and clip it. Same thing with the other side. Again, I'm just taking the strap, pushing it in between the main and the lining fabric, and hopefully I can get these lined up to be around the same spot. I think that's good. And then all you're going to do is sew all around this, all around the raw edges, making sure your straps are in here. One of my tips for doing this is I would actually start at the top here. So what the first thing you want to do is sew here. If you're using a serger, I would sew here, and then once you're done with that, you can sew all the way around. If you're using a regular sewing machine, then you don't have to do 2 different sewing steps, but for a serger, I know it'll be easier to just do 1 line. So I'll be back once I'm done with that. So my biggest tip with this part is to just hold the strap down once you get to it. So make sure that everything is lined up, and then you're just going to hold it down right above where the strap is and just guide it through. So hopefully that helps. And if you feel like your strap is shifting, I really recommend putting your differential feed at a 1, so that way your fabrics aren't shifting as much. So just right at the 1, it should help, hopefully. And these are my normal settings for anyone who's wondering. But so I went ahead and turned everything out. So the only other tip I have is to use your stick and kind of just push the corners out just so that they look nice. And it's hard to get this to look nice laid flat, but I really hope that you guys found this helpful. If you have any additional questions, do let me know in the comments below, and that's all I have for you. So hope you have a good day.